Hello and welcome to Sweet Lavender Knits. My name is Christine and I'm coming to you from just outside of Toronto, Ontario in Canada. Today is January the 6th of 2023. Happy New Year to all. If you are new, I welcome you. And for those that are returning, welcome back and thank you for being here. Today is going to be a very short vlog style episode where I am just trying to get back into the swing of things. And for those that have watched my last video, thank you very much. Thank you for all your comments and really just for being there. I really do appreciate it. Yes, so I am going to be sharing a few things. You'll see different backgrounds, me just over a couple of days maybe, and I will try to upload for January. I'll be uploading on a weekly basis just to try and get back into the swing of things. Today it's going to be mostly knitting and things I have been working on over the past couple of weeks. I have some finished objects to share with you. One of the reasons I am rushing through this because I want to share some of the finished objects now so that the recipients can start to, they were gift knitting, so they can start to use it. And we are also going away for the weekend and they want to be able to take it with them. So I will get right into finished objects. So to start off with, let me just give you a little bit of an explanation or a background story. Is that a few years ago, I started knitting. When I did start knitting socks, my kids like the socks, hand knit socks. All three of them enjoy wearing my hand knit socks, except I can't knit as fast as they wear out of them, or I can't knit as fast as I would like to be able to give them as many pairs as they would need. And so for Christmas I've been giving them a pair of hand knit socks every year for the past maybe 4 or 5 years now. And so I wanted to make it a little bit thoughtful, as well as to use up what I have. And I received Advent minis from a couple of my very good yarny friends, and I had all these minis and I didn't have the brain space to like complete use them in the blanket, which I probably will. I still have minis left, but I wanted to use them towards making these socks. So what I did is I started off with dyeing up skeins of yarn. I dyed up 3 skeins of yarn, and I did it sort of in a color that all of them can wear. So for those of you that do not know, I have 2 adult kids, as well as my youngest, who's turning 14 next week. And so 2 boys and a girl, the girl's in the middle. And I just wanted something that was what I would call neutral, everyday color. And so I went for denim blue, and I got a tonal. As you can see, this is hand dyed. I'm just learning how the colors go together and everything, and I had to come up with the color I had in mind, and I was really happy because it was almost spot on a denim blue. And I don't name my yarn. I mean, I don't sell them anywhere or anything like that, but I like naming my yarn when I dye them. So this is what I call Midnight Skies. And there were 3 skeins. And as you can see, I have 2 skeins left, but I was able to make 3 pairs of socks. So let me share them with you. The first one, again, I used the background, the main color as the background color, and I did stripy socks, and this is for my youngest, the 14-year-old, and I did it as the traditional, just a ribbed pattern, where I started off with a 2 by 2 rib and continued on all the way down through the sock, and I used a heel flap, heel turn, and gusset, which is not my preferred heel. I would just say that, but I thought, you know what, I'm doing the rib pattern, so I will continue it. And if you can see, I can try to continue the rib into the heel flap as well. And I tried something that's new to me, but I've heard others do it, where they do a slip stitch foot, so it gives it a little bit of a padding. And the reason I did that, I tried it on the one to see, is because they always wear out the socks on the bottom of the feet, and it's in right around the heel or right just after the toes. And so I was trying that, and it was just cinching up too much and wasn't liking the feel of the fabric. I got him to try it on a couple of times, and he wasn't too happy with it. So for the next one, I just did a plain thing, and I didn't want to rip it back. He's okay with it. So you can't really tell from far. It is a good pair of socks. And I did the traditional round toe, I guess, decreased toe. So that's my first pair of socks. I'm sorry, I didn't have, well, I do have blockers. I have something else on there. So here's my first finished object. For the second finished object, this is not using that yarn that I was talking to you about. This is for my oldest son, and he has big feet. He also likes long socks because he says that the usual sock length that the cuff length that I do for him, he would have liked it a little longer. He says that each time, and it just takes me forever to knit his socks. So, but then this time what I was doing is, this is already a sock tube that I was knitting, and I've been knitting on this for a while now. You'll probably see them in my older episodes. And so I thought I wasn't able to finish his socks in time with that blue yarn. So I just finished up these, and I knit the whole tube, you know, all the yarn that I had left. I knit the full length of it as a tube. I finished it off with a cuff. So you'll see these two cuff, but if you look very closely, they're not identical, because one's a cast on and one is a bind off. And then you have to sort of do the toes. So everything is afterthought. So do the toes. You cut into your knitting, cut them in half, do up your toes, and then you know, find from the toe, I just find the length of the foot less, about 1.5 inches or 2 inches for the heel, and cut into that. And then I did up afterthought heel. I did it in garter stitch because it's more squishy, and it goes with the thicker yarn that this is. It's not a DK weight, but it is thicker than a fingering weight. So I went with that, and I really like it. And I liked it so much because what I did with this afterthought heel was, usually you end up doing the same heel as if you were doing a toe and doing that. But as you can see, this is not that heel. It is a short row heel. I really, really like this method. So much so that I thought for my daughter's pair of socks, I would do up something where I could put out a pattern, so that, you know, every one of you can also try this method, and it's really great. So I'm working on the pattern for that, and that is what I have to share with you. It's very, very simple. It's so simple, but I thought it would be nice to share it. So these are the socks that I knit for my daughter, and you'll see a theme between all three of these socks. They're all stripes, and that's what I wanted to do, was use up the Advent minis. Although for my son, my oldest son, I wasn't able to give him that pair of socks, but you'll see that later when I finish it. And this is the one I used up for my daughter, or I knit up for my daughter. Again, each of these are are different colors for my Advent minis, and they're a pair of socks as well. And it's that really squishy short row heel. It's a very standard heel, nothing fancy out of it. And yep, the same contrasting yarn for the toes as well. And she likes shorty socks, so that's what she got. This pattern will be coming out as, I'm not going to test knit it or anything like that, because it's very simple really, but I just want to put it out there, just more so for the heel, that if anyone wants to try it. So stay tuned for that, and I'll definitely share it with you when I do. So there's my finished object, number 3. And the rest of this vlog, I will take you along with me, and if I can film things while I'm out and about, I will definitely share. Good morning! I am here at Niagara Falls with my kids, and what you've seen is just our view from the window. It's a falls view that we have, and excuse any mess in the background as they are getting ready before we head out for breakfast. It is a gloomy day, but still spectacular. And you know what, I also took a little bit of footage of the falls lit up at night. Maybe I'll put that in at the end as well. So of course I had to bring knitting with me, right, for this. I haven't actually had any time to sit and knit yet. It's just been a little bit you know, getting here and then winding down at the end of the day and all that. It was just nice. So, but I brought a few things to knit with me, and I'm continuing on the shawl. The name escapes me right now, but I will put it up on the screen and maybe show a little bit of that later on. But I tried to wind up this ball of yarn right at the end when I had just rushing through and trying to get it wound up. It's really nice yarn. Excuse the way it's wound up, because my yarn winder started to do something weird. So, but it's lovely. It's just a very springy yarn, and this is from my lovely friend Carla in Scotland. Thank you, Carla. And the yarn is by Sherry Iris. I love I follow her, Sherry Iris, on Instagram, and all her yarn is always very beautiful. So to be holding a ball of yarn from Sherry Iris is really nice. This is on the Platinum Sock 4-ply, and the color is called Hellebore. Right there. So it is let me see without my glasses here, 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. So I am hoping, here, let me hold it up with the yarn. I'm hoping to knit this up into a pair of socks, and I will be sharing it with you once I cast on. So I just wanted to share it with you before I cast on. I have a few minutes now while I'm waiting for the kids to get ready, and I will do the cast on. What is your preferred method for a cast on? Mine for socks is the Chinese waitress cast on, and if you have picked up any of my sock patterns, I always mention it because it has a really nice clean edge on the top. It has a pretty edge actually, and once I cast on, I will share that with you so that you can have a look at it. And it's not as quick as a long tail cast on, but I think what I like about it is that you don't need to measure out a long tail and, you know, have too much or too little. Especially when you have too little, you got to start all over again. This is, you just leave about 6 inches of a tail, and then you start with it, and you can go on for as many stitches as you need. So it's like a knitted cast on, but with a different twist, I guess. And today we just plan on taking it easy, and the kids have planned for an escape room later in the day, so maybe if I can, I'll take you out and about a little bit once we head out to the falls. Hi, good morning. Today is Monday, January the 9th, and it's in the morning. The sun has come out and it's such a beautiful day. We are going to be checking out today. We've had a lovely 2 days here at Niagara Falls in Canada, Ontario, and it's beautiful because from our room we can also see the American side of the falls, which is in Buffalo, New York. And it's just been a really nice day. We were able to spend it out and about yesterday. We did an escape room, and we were successful, yay, in solving the puzzle, is it, to get out, which was really nice. It was fun. We tried to be fast at it, and different ages and different experience levels, so it was a lot of fun. And now we are heading back, just trying to get a few rows of knitting in the morning. This is my painted honeycombs shawl by Stephen West that I started a very long time ago, but I have to say it has been my saving grace over the last couple of months. It's been very difficult to pick up, but it's also been very healing just because of the long rows of knitting that I've done. And like I mentioned earlier in this video, that because I was doing the sock knitting for my kids, so I didn't have a lot of time for knitting, but whenever I did, I gravitated towards this just because it was the nice long rows. And if you are a long-time viewer, you know that I love shawls for that reason. Although I have to say, now it's sort of shifting to garments. If I can knit on a jumper or cardigan, I think I think it might be my preferred one over the shawls. But here it is, Stephen West painted honeycombs, and these are the large honeycombs, and it's a fun pattern. So with that, I will end. I hope you have enjoyed watching this. It's a different style, I know, but I just thought, rather than me sitting and talking for an hour and not having a lot of content, this way I'll try and break it up and get a little bit more in. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead of you, and the next one, I'm trying to do this on a weekly basis for January, so the next one will probably be around next Monday or so. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful week, and if you are crafting at this moment, then I hope you enjoy your crafting. Until next time, bye-bye.